Hello everyone. Previously we had went through the null values, right? So today we'll be going through the handling null values. So let me delete this one entirely. So yeah, this is fine. Now, what do I mean by handling null values? Basically, handling null values involves using SQL functions like either we can make use of is null keyword, is space null, is not null, coalesce, 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 or is null, along with the parenthesis. These four things. So this one is null, or this one is not null. This is one thing, and we can make use of coalesce. So this one will be, this is fine. The final one is null along with the parenthesis, right? So is null with the parenthesis. Handling the null values involves using SQL functions like is null, is not null, coalesce, or is null along with the parenthesis to manage the missing data in the queries. To manage the missing data in the queries, we have seen this one in the previous example as well, right? So for handling the null values, we will be making use of SQL functions like is null, is not null, coalesce, or the is null along with the parenthesis to manage the missing data in the queries. So basically, in simple terms, null is not a value. We know this one, right? Null is not a value. So regular comparisons like equals null. So this keyword I'm speaking, equals null. Regular comparisons like equals null don't work here. Don't work here, right? So SQL provides specific functions to handle them gracefully. So that is the reason SQL has provided these functions is null, is not null, coalesce, as well as is null along with the parenthesis, right? So this is it for the handling null values. Let's see very simple example for this. Right? So let's do one thing. I'll just go with here, use, yeah, this one, database name I'll give. So this is fine. Next, we will be selecting and replacing null values. We will be selecting and replacing the null values. So I'll just go with select here, select. So let's go with the student ID. In the previous example, we went with student ID, name. So this one will be name, name as well. The third one, uh, age, I'll just go with the age here. For age, I'll just go with the is null keyword, right? So I'll just go with the is null keyword. This is showing in the, this is showing here, right? So this is showing here. I'll just go with age comma 0, age comma 0. Right. So here as I'll just give age handled. So I'll just go with this one as age handled. The column name I'll so we are giving age handled, right? So we are replacing null with 0 here. I have made use of the keyword is null here, age comma 0. We are replacing the null with 0. Again, I'm telling we are replacing the null with 0. And the next thing here, next thing, we let's replace the null with default string. Let's do that as well. So that we can make use of the keyword coalesce here, right? So we have made use of the is null here. So you can just make use of is not null as well. So you can try out with different things. I'll just show with is null and coalesce. I'll just show with is null and coalesce. Please try it. I insist you to try out with this one is not null, as well as this one, other one is null of parenthesis. We have made use of is null with parenthesis. You can just make use of only is null, and this one as well is not null, right? So I'll just make use of coalesce here in this case. So yeah, this is fine. uh coalesce. So I'll just go with here coalesce of email. So I'll just go with no email, no email. So this is fine, no email. So this one I'll just give as email handled, as email handled. So we are just replacing the null with the default string. So this is coming from the tables, this one students table, right? So I'll just give here from students. So from students, so sorry, student table, right? So this is fine. From students, this is fine. And let me make use of where clause here, where age is null or email is null or email is null. So this is fine, or email is null. So the important points here are line number 6 and line number 7, where we have in pink and red here, this one, right? So this one pink basically. So here is null we have made use of here, right? So we are just replacing the null with 0. We are just replacing replacing the null with 0. I have made use of coalesce as well here. So here we are replacing null with the default string. We are replacing the null with the default string in the line number 7. These two lines are very important, right? So we are just handling the this one null values gracefully. By making use of the SQL functions that the SQL provides, basically some functions, right? Is null, coalesce is null of parenthesis, and another one is this one is not null. So we have made use of two. I insist you to try out with the different other functions as well, right? So let me execute this one. So we have incorrect syntax near age. So age I have given here, right? So on the line number 6, line 6 we have here. So student ID, oh yeah, let me do one thing. Yeah, let me go with this one. So now let me execute this one. Yeah, see here, we are getting the output. So we have to get the output basically student ID 2, student ID 2, right? So in the previous example, we had given the this one, what do we call student ID 2, right? So if you remember, and name also we had given Gauri. Name first, for the first one we had given Bharadwaj, and for the second one we had given Gauri. And if you remember, age and email, uh, we provided value null, we provided the value null. So here what we are doing, we are replacing the null value by 0 for the age handled column. Here see here, is null age comma 0 as age handled. That is how we can make use of is null keyword here. And we are making use of the coalesce as well here in this way, in this case coalesce. So here we are giving no email in the case of this one, for this particular row, email handled column. So uh, we had given null value, we are replacing this one by no email string, no email string. Here we have got 0 and no email. So this works absolutely correct, right? So we have successfully replaced null values by, here in this case 0, and here in this case it is no email, right? So that is what we have done. We have successfully replaced the null values, right? This is how we can replace the null values, right, by making use of the SQL functions, certain SQL functions, right? So now using is null, is not null, is null parenthesis or coalesce, right? So we we can make use of these functions to manage and replace missing data effectively in the SQL queries, to manage and replace the missing data effectively in the SQL queries, right? I hope the handling null values part is completely clear, man. I hope handling the null values is completely clear, right? So now this is it. Next, let's discuss about the primary key constraint. For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.